Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Those Foreign Guys, episode 15.
Point two,
yeah.
My name is Hunter. I'm joined here with my host, Dogger, Leo, and Bryant. Unfortunately, Brandon can't be with us here today, but we have a guest.
Hey!
This is Andy, one of my classmates from university, and also famous TikTok and Instagram. What do you call yourself? Influencer?
Yeah, that's how we call it.
Influencer?
Is that what you kids call it nowadays?
Or content creator.
Content creator.
Content creator. Oh, yeah, that is probably better. Yeah, I guess I do get the boomer status, but I'm only the second one to get it. Dogger got it first with his amazing filming techniques.
It's such a daddy angle, you know, like when you're looking so short, it's like, yes, go, girl.
Like holding it really high up.
And still holding it with like two hands, but still not having a good angle.
Yep. Unfortunately, we've talked to Andy a lot today and learned a lot about her.
Why is that? Why have we talked to her a lot?
Someone. Myself.
Who is a student in what? Media communication?
Yeah, and 4 years experience in broadcast. I mean, I'm really checking all the boxes here for a good producer, but
except fucking checking the box on the thing to record.
Forgot to hit the record button on the audio. So we'll try to recover a few of those topics, but maybe we'll post the original on Patreon for our Patreon listeners. They can go hear the
shitty audio,
unreleased details. Yeah.
Don't be like Hunter. Don't forget to press the button.
And don't forget
the like and subscribe button. That is.
Yep. If you're listening to us on YouTube or watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that like button and
Flick the bell.
Flick the bell.
Do not forget.
And if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Music, thanks. We appreciate it. Leave us a review.
How does that work? Do you like it on Spotify?
I don't think so. I mean, you can like things, but it doesn't. It doesn't track it for like the.
No, it's not in your liked songs, right?
No,
Yeah.
it puts it into like your liked playlist, but it doesn't tell me like 20 people have liked your podcast or anything like that. You can always leave us a review, give us 5 stars, or tell us what you think about the episode down below on Spotify.
So tell us, Andy. Again.
Should I present myself first? Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Do they
Hello, guys. My name is Andressa, but since I have been living in Korea, Koreans cannot really pronounce the R, so people just call me Andy. I'm a content creator from Brazil. I have been living in Korea for 2 years right now, and I'm from 2000, which means I'm 32 years old right now. My birthday is November, so happy birthday!
Oh, yay! Almost.
In some months.
Yeah, sometime.
Yeah, almost.
I like my birthday's first. We should be saying happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Hunter!
No, fuck you, Hunter.
Yeah. You know, I this is the first time this has happened, so.
Is it?
Yeah, because the only other time we had audio issues was because
this happened before, and we had to use the audio from the cameras.
Because the SD card that he put into the audio recorder didn't have enough space on it, so it stopped early. That wasn't my fault. That was the studio owner's fault. Please don't hear me say that. Where's my water? I've lost my water. I'm struggling today.
There.
So far away. I'll get it during the break. It's fine. But yeah, so you're from Brazil and living in Korea now as a student. What got you interested in like Korea? Like why are you here?
Why are you here?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing?
It's a question I fucking hate. People
Actually,
ask me every time.
they always ask that.
Yeah.
Even people that just follow me, like, why are you in Korea? How did you move to Korea? Just like, I was into Japan and anime before, so one day out of nowhere, I was just searching for Japanese things on YouTube, and then there's this MV from Sonoshide, like Girl Generation, pop up, and I was like, oh, that's so colorful, that's so nice, let's take a look at it. And I fell in love, actually. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so good.
So your first like experience with Korea was K-pop?
Yeah, totally.
Have you ever thought about being an idol?
I mean, who wouldn't, to be honest, when you're 14 years old and just look at people dancing, singing. I was like, yes, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
And I tried to be like them, but didn't work out. So
what was that like? So obviously we've already talked about this once in the failed recording, but you mentioned to us that you had trained or auditioned to be an idol.
Yeah, I came here for the first time to South Korea in 2018. I was 17 years old. So for 2 months, I just had classes in the morning, and then all the free time I had, I would go to SM, JYP, FNC, like to do some auditions to try to be an idol for them.
Those are some big names.
Yeah. Those are like what are the big three? It's SM, JYP, and there's one more.
YG.
YG. Yeah.
I mean, that's used to be the big three.
Oh, is it not?
Oh,
Is
now
it
it's
different now?
the
Let's see
Hype.
if he gets it.
Hype.
BTS.
Hype?
BTS company Hype.
Ah.
Wasn't it called like Big Hit? Or
No,
something?
Hype.
Big
No,
hit.
before.
Yeah, Big Hit.
Okay.
Now the first one is Big Hit, Big Hit, Hype, and maybe SM, and then
Who are New Jeans? Who's
New-
their person? Hive. So they
Of
were killing
course.
it then. So like when you went to your auditions and stuff like that, did you also get to experience Korea at that time, or were you like only focused on doing auditions?
I mean, audition is not something that you do every day. It's just only in the weekends because they don't really have like every day on audition. It's a specific day of the month. So you go there and do the auditions, you pass or not, and you just see like a bunch of talented people, and there's like, yeah, maybe that's not going to work out. You just have like this feeling because you see like everybody's better than you and they still not being picked up. And like, okay, I understand what they are looking for. But then it's just like, of course, you experience the culture because you have to walk all day, you have to learn things.
But you said you were 17 when you came here,
Yeah.
so couldn't drink.
No, actually,
Obviously not.
I have a funny story about that because I didn't know how to move around. I was always friends and they always pick me up and take to places. And there's a specific time I was with two girls from my school and we went to Hyundai, but they were like older than me. So they could enter in places. And I just got alone in the middle of the Hyundai, like looking like, what should I do now? I'm alone.
They just went in and left you.
Yeah, they left me. And I was just like
Good
alone
friends.
at 17 years old in Hyundai. And that's how I got scouted by the cult.
You got what?
Scouted by a cult.
Gold-
Yeah.
Did you go with them?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
And everybody, and then later on at the next day,
Wait. What was that?
I
what
mean,
happened with the
I was
cult?
alone, and there was two girls, and they look really cute Korean girls, and they just come to me like, "Hey, are you alone?" I'm like, "Yes," and like, "Do
Are
wanna-"
you alone? Yes. That's definitely something you should say when you're alone as a 17-year-old girl in a new country.
I was dumb. Mom, don't watch this. Thankfully, my mom doesn't speak English. But they're like, "Oh, you wanna come with us? We're actually doing some kind of things for our university." I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And I just followed them to the train station, and they took me. I don't know where they took me, to be honest, because I don't know.
Isn't this the plot of Taken?
Yeah, I think so.
I just went with them. And then started going to like some random street, and I just started getting scared because like it was getting darker and darker, and I'm like, oh my god, where I'm going? I'm gonna die today. And then they took me to this like abandoned building to the last floor, and there was other people there, and I was just kind of relieved. Oh my god, I'm not alone here. And they just made like me put some like traditional clothes, Korean clothes, and then they have like, I don't know how to say, like this huge paper when you do like this.
Scroll.
Like a
Yeah, they scroll, and then just like, oh, you have to write what you want to be, like 3 wishes. Write 3 wishes. And then I wrote 3 wishes, and then they did it, and then they took me, and then we did like some kind of ritual, and just like you put some like incense to the god, and then you do like 10 reverence, and then they put fire in the wishes, and then just like ooh, and then we do a little dance, and then we just take out the Korean clothes, and I mean, that something is free, but if you want to give us some money, that would be nice. And then they just took some bunch of coins, and it's like, that's all I have. And then I went away.
And that's how you
abducted-
became a Satanist.
You abducted the wrong girl.
So were they just trying to get money out of it, or were they actually trying to recruit you for
Just the money.
just the money?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw other foreigners there, and I'm just like, oh, at least I'm not alone. So if something happens, I'm not alone.
This sounds like Midsummer, but but Korean.
I've also been approached by these cult people like all the time, but I usually just say no.
I think every foreigner has that like story of the weird people that approach them. Not you?
No.
Don't they ever say like, you have such bright eyes? I can see that your aura is so nice.
No. I only had this one. The first day I wore the poopy pants, this lady came and she's like, I like your pants. Where did you get them? And I'm like, Hadong. And she's like, can I get them in Seoul? And I'm like, no. That was it. And then she just left. It was this old lady. Like, she
Got
must have
sad.
been 60 or something.
Yeah,
She's
it probably,
like, I
those
really
pants
like your
probably
pants.
fit her.
But I was wondering, like, what is the process? Because you said you came when you were 17. Like, how
Yeah.
do you actually get here? What are the logistics of getting here as
Yeah,
a
because
17-year-old?
Traveling by yourself when you're under 18 is pretty hard, right?
Yeah, like, getting
No,
a place to
no.
stay, getting your visa? How did all of that work?
Actually, it's not as hard as people think because you just have to go to a travel agency and they're gonna solve all the problems for you.
So, but everything then.
Yeah, like I got a school to go, I got a place to stay, and they kind of gave me a credit card like to use, but didn't work out, so I just had to use my own. But they just provide you like the visa stuff and like the airplane tickets. But once you arrive here, you're on your own because they cannot help you anymore.
But this is a Brazilian travel agency or a
Yes.
Korean one?
Brazilian.
That's pretty interesting. I never knew they would do all of that.
I didn't either.
Don't they have this in Ecuador?
I don't know. I left when I was 19.
He hasn't been there for like 20 years.
I haven't been there for like 50 years or something.
Our podcast joke is that he's actually from China.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah.
Ni hao ma?
Tenka.
Ooh, pretty good. I was gonna ask. You mentioned like coming to Korea that you went to school,
Yeah.
but that's not obviously not the university that we're in now.
No,
You're
it's just a Korean school to learn Korean.
So
just like a language school,
Yeah,
language
language
center.
school.
Gotcha. Okay.
and that was like you did that every morning until.
For the 2 months that I was here.
Oh, so I want to ask what kind of content you make, and also you should, shout out your own handles and everything.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok by @Andy_Pelomundo. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Oh, try
it's
to try
your
to-
name, right?
No.
Oh.
It's not?
No.
Oh, I thought it was your name.
My name
I
is
thought so.
Andressa Nunes Lemes.
Ah,
Oh.
okay.
Pelo Mundo means around the world.
Ah,
Because
okay.
I'm traveling around
I
the
just
world.
knew Mundo, but I was like,
Yeah,
Pelo. Pelo for me is hair. So I was like, hair
Pelo.
world. I like that.
Every platform that I'm in, I have different content. For Instagram, it's mostly about culture shock. It's like places to visit in Korea. I have this new coffee shop that just opened up. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna record and say to people how much is it, where is it, etc. So they can have like information. It's mostly about information or an ASMR. Because that's when I have no content to do. I just go to a convenience store and like, let's do some ASMR now.
I have a question about that. When you go to a convenience store, you get those little ice cups.
Yes.
You get those little drinks. I see like every person on TikTok and Instagram does that.
Yeah.
It's like, is that such popular content that is people love it?
Actually, yes, because that's something only Korea.
Oh, really?
We don't have like the cups in Brazil or any. I don't know about other parts of the world, but it's something that is really Korean.
It became kind of a meme for me when I watch TikTok or Instagram Reels. It's like, oh, I see a foreign person in Korea. They're
mix.
doing that fucking ice thing with the drinks in the convenience store.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in China either.
Yeah, that
But
sounds
then
really
China
nice.
China is very, very into cold drinks are bad for you.
Oh.
So it's
Really?
always, every time you're sick or anything, it's always
I was in
drink
the
hot
airport.
water.
I couldn't
Yeah.
get cold water anywhere.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
because they don't drink cold water. I mean, maybe nowadays it's becoming a little more popular, but it's still very, very
So I
strong
was like,
to like.
only cold thing I could get was like beer. So it's half.
And I'm sure you were really disappointed.
Oh
aren't you?
no.
Oh no! I guess I have to get a beer.
Okay, that explains it. Okay, so it's a Korean thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
especially when you make these special drinks, like just like soju with like some kind of juice, and it's like, oh my god, I want to try.
What
So-
about the other platforms?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
TikTok, that's my dump place, to be honest, because I just do whatever I want there. I do some dances. Oh, even on Instagram, actually, I do dances as well, but it's less common. So in TikTok, I do dances. I just post some things that I did for Instagram there. And it's mostly about like, because TikTok is a place where more for young people. So you can just sit and talk to the camera and people will listen to you.
That's why I have it. I'm trying to keep my youth.
That's why I don't have it.
I mean, yeah, Instagram is more like visual stuff. You have to have a good camera, have to good quality, and like just visual aesthetic content. That's what makes people like it.
Is there one or the other that you're focusing more on?
I focus better on Instagram because that's where you build your reputation.
Gotcha. So you try to build it on Instagram and then try to pull people over to your TikTok? Is
No,
that kind of your-
because we cannot talk about TikTok there.
Wait, why not?
If you talk about TikTok on Instagram, shadow ban.
Shadow ban.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
that too.
Shit, I've been posting stuff on ours about
No,
TikTok.
if it appears like the logo, you have
okay.
to
I didn't
hide
do
all
that.
the time.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Okay.
So like if your like thing had the like little TikTok bubble that's like popping around, you kind of have to
Yeah.
hide that.
You have to hide, and you cannot really type the name as well because Instagram can like read that. So
Interesting. I feel like you've actually told me this before. Now
told
it's
you.
coming back into my head. I'm like, I think this is why I always make sure that our videos don't have the TikTok thing on there, because I think Andy told me this one time.
Yeah.
So you say that you're like focusing on Instagram, but do you like one style better than the other? Because you like mentioned like TikTok is more of like a dump place for you, where you can just be more like whatever you want to do. Do you
Yeah.
like that style better, or do you like the more like having to create something more sophisticated, more structured? Yeah.
I kind of like Instagram better because I'm a perfectionist, so I really want to do things well made. And if you do something really well made for TikTok, it doesn't work.
Gotcha. How in one day, how many Instagram stories do you post?
Depends on the day. I'm full-time worker, so from Monday to Friday, I don't really post a lot. It's just maybe 10 stories. That's way.
10 a day?
A day?
Yeah.
That's more than I posted in the last 3 years.
Oh, you gotta update your followers.
Yeah.
But in the weekends, normally I try to go out and meet people. So maybe 30.
30 in a day? So 30 on
Yeah.
Saturday, 30 on Sunday?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
You just gotta
incredible.
keep posting a lot.
I remember when I first met you and I followed you on Instagram, and I was just like, oh my God, this girl posts so much. I still have your stories muted. I've had you muted
I'm
since the day I
hearted.
followed you. Sometimes like I'll see it, like I'll go to your profile or I'll see like you like something, so I'll go through and I'll look what you've posted that day, but I'd never see them because I was
You
like,
go to my
"There's
private
so
account."
much." Oh yeah, I follow your private one, so I see all those. Yeah, Andy messages me one day. She's like, hey, do you want to follow my private account? And I was like, I guess, sure. She's like, okay, but it's wild. And I was like, oh God, what am I was like, do I want to follow this? I don't know. And I follow it. It's just like her just like going out with friends and like partying and drinking and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's what you meant.
I mean, you gotta keep your image up. So yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think, why do you think that people like are really engaged or really interested in Korea or Korean culture?
Oh, but before you answer that question, just clarify, when you make your content, you're making it for Koreans, English speakers, or Brazilians?
For Brazilians, most of like
Most of your content is in Portuguese, right?
Yeah, like 90% of my followers are from Brazil, maybe 5% from Portugal, and like the rest is just like a mix of America and Korea.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah,
so,
fuck
will
you.
So what was your question?
No, but actually that makes it better because now you know that it's like targeted to Brazilians. So why do you think
Yeah.
that it is so popular in Brazil?
Because we are a passionate country, so if we like something, we really like it wholehearted. We're gonna like support the person, like comment everything, and always talk about it. So people really engage. We are really engaged what we really want to talk about. So K-pop nowadays is a huge thing. Like everybody likes K-pop, especially because of BTS. They helped a lot actually. So even though like K-pop is going up, like K-drama is also going up, and most of my content is just like, oh, you saw this K-drama, you can go to their spot where they record it. So I'm gonna show you how to get there.
That's actually what my sister did when she came. She was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I'm going to go visit these places where they had this part of the drama. And I'm like, that's a fucking bridge. It's nothing. What are you doing?
I did that actually. I went to the bridge.
I'm like,
But then you like take a
okay.
picture, like kind of the camera shot, like in the drama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to like reproduce the official picture.
Just, that's not
You hold up
me.
a Subway commercial.
Actually, it's a meme. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like every K drama is sponsored by Subway.
Wait, really?
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
90% of them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I guess you don't watch K-dramas.
Yeah, not that often. There's a few that I've watched, but I wouldn't say that I watch like the popular ones. I hate like the romance
You know which one?
storylines.
You know
so-
which one? And it's not about romance, but like the only one that I actually watched and I thoroughly enjoyed is DP.
Oh, I watched that.
Season 2 is about to come out.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I was
so
gonna say.
excited.
It's coming out in a couple of weeks. I'm very excited about that one.
I
Do you
got
watch
so
it?
sad.
Did you watch DP?
I've seen DP, but it's not a K drama.
Yeah. That's what I was also weirded out by the name at
Yeah.
first. But, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
I don't get it, but yeah.
Probably better.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot it was not just the boys here tonight.
No, I've seen like a few other ones. I like to watch a lot of like the crime ones, like the police officer ones. I think those
Mouse.
are pretty good.
Did you watch Mouse?
Mouse?
Yes.
No.
You should watch it. It's so nice.
Okay, I'll check it out. But yeah, when you go and you are filming these things, or I guess when you started filming these things, was it kind of your plan to be like the Brazilian, like to have it in Portuguese, or did it just kind of happen that way where you were like, I have so many Portuguese fans that I should just keep doing this in Portuguese?
I just knew it was going to be easier because I'm from Brazil and I passed through a lot of stuff since I arrived in Korea, and I didn't want people to pass through the hardships as well. So I want to make your life easier so I can help you. So follow me, I'm gonna teach you. That was my thought.
Do you think it limits you at all? I mean, like I know like Brazil is such a huge country, like so many people in Brazil, but do you think it limits you like that you can't reach like all the other countries?
Oh yeah, totally actually.
Yeah.
Because since 90% of my people are from Brazil, they only speak Portuguese. So most of the time I have like all international people. Like this podcast, I'm doing it in English, but maybe like from 90%, maybe only 40% will be able to understand what we are talking about. So especially for when you have to make like a quango, like a commercial, it's much better if I would be speaking English all the time because I can reach more people. But since it's from Portuguese, I have to reach out to Brazilian brands that have in Korea as well, so we can make like some kind of collab or something. So yeah, since I live in Korea, it's not good for my business. Would be really nice if I lived in Brazil and I would get lots of money. But since we are in Korea, I have to reach out to companies that are interested in sell their product to Brazil.
Gotcha. Is there like a big connection between Korea and Brazil? Like, is that like a big, there's a lot of Brazilians that are interested in Korea. Do you think there's an interest in the reverse? Like, do you think there's a lot of Koreans who are interested in Brazil and like Brazilian culture?
Yes and no at the same time. Every time I say I'm from Brazil, like, oh my God, I want to go to Brazil. I'm like, why? Oh, because of carnival, samba, because they want to go to the beach. But it's just more likely I just want to travel.
Gotcha.
It's not really about the culture or anything that we have to give to them.
Have you been to Brazil before?
No.
Okay.
I haven't either.
Just curious. I mean,
No,
I
was
pretty
kind
sure
of,
you had it.
I'm kind of thinking the same. Like when I say, "Oh, I'm from Iceland," they're like, "Oh, Iceland. I want to go see the aurora." Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about my culture and my
Yeah.
country?
No.
Eh.
I mean, it's the same for America, but that's just because we don't really have culture. I don't think
What do you
any.
mean? You have all the cultures.
All the
there.
cultures in
I
I
have
mean,
McDonald's.
We have McDonald's here. It's actually, I think actually Korean McDonald's is better than.
Oh, it's
Totally.
way
Yes. Oh
better.
my God, I
Yeah.
love it.
I don't know why. I think it's the cheese. It's got to be the cheese.
It's the meat.
I think it's just the standard of operating a restaurant here versus in America.
Yeah, that could be it. Also, I don't know. I feel like. Nah, I think it's the cheese.
So, what kind of difficulties do you think you faced, or do you still face?
In
Right.
Korea?
I mean,
Or-
as a content creator, as an influencer in Korea.
The fact that you have to post every day, totally, because you have to keep up. Otherwise, Instagram are gonna be like, oh, this person not using my platform anymore. So they try to put you down. Like right now, I'm facing this right now because I was trying to live offline for a while since my friends were all leaving from Korea. They're not here anymore. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend time with you guys. So I don't have time to go and edit and post. So Instagram's like, okay, you're not posting, so I'm not gonna help you. So the statistics, like the insights, are down. So you gotta keep up posting every day. Stories have to post like now we have like groups, like a little chat where you can talk to your fans. That we have that Instagram right now.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
added. It notified me. It was like, Andy started a group, and it just put me in the chat room without me like asking. And I was just like, I was like, what is this? I thought you made like a huge group chat, and I was like, what
All
is
the
this? I was
followers.
like, instantly leave. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
He
I
doesn't
even
love
texted
me.
you. I was like, why did you put me in this group chat? And you were like, it's not a group chat, it's groups. Like, boomer.
Yeah, you can't chat in it. You just listen to what that person wants to say to all of you, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what's the difference when like a story? If I want to see it, I'll go look at the profile or something.
It's different because it's more personal. You can just type whatever you want, and you can make like a poll, and people can answer you.
Do they still have that?
Yeah,
Because I feel like that's just what Threads is now. Threads is just.
Threads is like Twitter.
Yeah, but when you're talking about just like posting into everyone and like just like in text style, isn't that just Twitter?
The groups on Instagram is only for your fans. On Threads, you can see everybody's, even people you don't follow.
When you say it's only for your fans, like how does someone join your group?
They have to follow you, and then they have to click in the link that is going to be on profile to join the group.
Gotcha.
It's like an extra step to
Yeah.
get more personalized. Not personalized, I guess, but
Yes, it is actually.
But it's not like subscribing based. Like it's not like that people don't have to pay you to like join
No,
your
no,
group.
no.
Okay, gotcha.
It's free. Instagram is free.
Yeah. So then, what's your plan? Because I mentioned this in the unrecorded bit, but you're going to Japan soon.
Yeah, in September.
What for?
I'm going for an exchange for 5 months with school. So yeah, I'm going there to learn Japanese, arts, and sociology.
So you're going from your Korean school as an exchange student to Japan?
Yes, for a while, for 1 semester.
That's cool.
Hopefully, I will get a good GPA this time.
How's your Japanese coming along? Because I remember last semester you were not not really feeling it.
I mean, my grades are not nice, but I learned a lot actually. I mean, I can understand almost like 80%. I would say it's like the same as my Korean. But I can speak Korean, but I cannot speak Japanese, but I can understand.
Gotcha.
So
I think it's as soon as you go over there, it's gonna like.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I mean, it's a survival skill. You gotta learn, or otherwise you're dead.
You mentioned like that you were interested in anime before you learned about like Korea.
Yeah.
Was at any point did you have an interest in going to Japan first instead of Korea?
Oh yeah, totally. That's why I was searching on Google, on YouTube, like how is to live in Japan, and that's where the K-pop came.
Gotcha. So is this kind of like one of those things where you're like, oh, I'm finally getting to go like experience Japan and like live there?
Yeah, I'm really excited. But
Where
I'm
are you
going to
going?
I actually know the answer to this, and it's really funny.
I mean, when I applied, I was going to Tokyo. That's what I thought, because I searched all the schools that were available. Like, okay, I like this school. It's really in the middle of Japan and Tokyo. I'm like, yeah, that's the one. But then 2 months later, I got accepted at school and etc. And they told me like, oh yeah, you're going actually to the Mishima. Do you know where Mishima is?
No.
Me neither.
Oh, so it's like a different campus.
Yeah, it's like outside campus in the countryside. It's like 2 hours away from Tokyo, next to the Fuji.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool though.
Sounds fun for you.
Oh, I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You old man.
I'm a city girl. I don't like, but okay, I'm gonna take this time like to maybe find myself.
And also, I mean, it is quite convenient to move around in Japan with the trains and everything. Yeah,
It's so expensive.
Is it? Oh.
I think like the rail pass is pretty
It's
expensive.
way too overpriced. Even normal subway, it's a huge no. Get a bike and go.
I don't remember the
What
prices.
in Brazil did you live in like countryside or were you in a big city?
Countryside in the
Okay.
south.
So you're like you're not looking forward to going back to that?
Not really, but I guess I have no choice.
Yeah.
So let's just see the bright side.
So I guess the interesting question is going to be, what are you going to do with your content?
I mean, my ad is literally Andy around the world, so I'm gonna teach you like, oh, you wanna. I mean, of course, I'm gonna go to Tokyo for a while, so I'm just gonna show like how is the life there. Like, I even have a challenge I really want to do, like trying to survive in Japan for 1 day only speaking Portuguese to see what's going on. I'm gonna do in Korea as well, actually. I'm not ready for that because I'm a shy person.
Shit, I want to do that with Spanish.
I should do that with Icelandic.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
actually.
a challenge
Yeah.
right there.
There's like 5 people from there. So. And I know
It's
2
okay,
of
I'm gonna
them.
give a like for you, like. But yeah, just like food in general, like what can you do there? Because I even made some kind of research, like what is there in Mishima? There's nothing. There's no content about Mishima. So
They'd
let's
be like,
start.
hey guys, look at the pig at the farm next to my house.
No, I'm sure it'll be nice.
I mean, I really want to touch a pig.
One right there.
She.
No, so he asked like, what are you going to do with your content when you go to Japan? So, do you think your followers mostly are following you because you're in Korea, or do you think they're following you
Yes.
just because of you?
No, they're following me because I'm in Korea. But that's the fun part, actually. It's not really fun, but I'm trying to see the bright side always. Because I went to Brazil in the beginning of the year, and I saw that, like, oh, people are not that interested anymore. Because I'm in Brazil. I mean, what I'm doing there.
So you're like, insights went down.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm in Korea right now, so they want to see, like, the Korean culture. They want to see the streets. So I will try to make it fun for them when I'm going there. Like, okay, guys, I'm going to show you, like, how is the real life of Japan. Because if I think about that, we don't really have that many things about Japan anymore. Like, the hype up, it's down now. Everybody's interested in Korea right now.
Yeah, I think like,
I think when I was young, Japan was hype.
Yeah,
But
not anymore.
Yeah, and then at some point it was just Korea.
Yeah, because of K-pop.
Yeah.
And now the K-drama as well. Like, Netflix is 500 K-dramas coming up.
Damn.
it's also like in technology. Japan is a little bit lagging behind.
Yeah, totally. You still have to pay your bills by going to the thing with a paper. I'm like,
Like
bro.
mobile banking? No way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Huh.
Yeah, it's still the same actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I ever went through a wanting to go to Japan phase.
I did, but I wanted to go to like Kyoto to visit all the like historical sites and everything,
Oh.
and I did that. It was great. And you know when I wanted to do that when I was like a teenager, but then when I actually got there, I was already like at least 30. I think I was already 30 by then, 31, and I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't like it because I was gonna live here in Korea. And I was like, oh, I don't want to like it because then I'm going to be like, oh, maybe I should try Japan and then like kind of deviate from my plan and everything. But I fucking loved it. And I don't know if I want to go live there. I mean, I could. If I could, I would. But I don't know. It just seems like a big hassle, especially because like I don't know what I would do there, especially in Kyoto, because it's a big city, but it's not really a big city.
Is English teaching not big in Japan though?
I don't know, but it from what I've heard is that it seems that like it's a lot more difficult because like just getting visas there seem a lot more difficult than
It is.
here.
They're really bureaucratic.
Yeah.
The big thing that the only thing I've heard about, because I feel like when I was like high school or like had just graduated high school, I heard about a lot of my friends like being interested in going and teaching English in Japan. But I think that like the regulations, like requirements to be able to teach there as an English teacher are like a lot more strict than Korea.
Yeah, they are.
Because Korea is just, you just have to have a degree and like you just have to have graduated
And
college.
be from one of the English speaking countries.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure in Japan, like you have to have like all these certifications and you have to pass these certain things.
Yeah, you do actually. You do.
Yeah.
It's still the same thing.
But still, they're worse at English.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting how that happens, huh? I think maybe they have those higher qualifications and there's just not as many.
Might be.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually now I'm curious about that.
But yeah,
Go visit me.
You guys want to go to Japan?
I mean, yeah, sure.
I'm down.
I'm not sure I want to go to whatever that place was, but
Mishima.
Mishima, but
I'm gonna be in Tokyo for Halloween and for Christmas.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Do you have any friends in Japan?
Oh yeah, actually I have lots.
Okay.
Even
So you're-
some of my followers are from Japan, so they're like, if you come to Japan, hit me up. I'm like, yeah, sure.
PewDiePie is in Japan.
Oh yeah, that's right. I will try to find him.
What, does he live there now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in Tokyo.
Interesting.
He was waiting for the whole like lockdown thing to end because he was already gonna move there,
Oh.
and then the pandemic happened, and he finally did it. I think this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never knew this.
I saw some people recording him.
interesting.
When you say you have fans in Japan, that was actually kind of one of my questions also. You mentioned that most of your audience is Brazilians.
Yeah.
Obviously. Do you also get some people from other countries that are watching your stuff, even if they can't really understand it?
Most people that watch me are like 9% from Brazil, and then the rest is like between Portugal, America, Korea. I mean, my Korean friends that live here. But you don't really know if the people are really Koreans or if they're really Americans. Maybe it's just like a Brazilian or someone who speaks Portuguese that live out of the country.
Yeah.
Like Japan, they are all Brazilians, but they live in Japan.
So when you go to Japan, you think your content's going to shift. Are you a little bit worried about that?
I mean, it's something that is bound to happen, so I'm not worried. I already suffered enough when I was in Brazil.
So how long have you been a content creator?
For real, I started September last year.
Wow.
But I decided to start on March last year, 2022. That's when I got my first iPhone. So I'm like, yes, I have a phone now, so I can do stuff for good, like good quality stuff. So yeah, that's how I started.
So is that kind of a requirement to be a content creator?
Yes, actually it is.
Sorry, Bryant.
God damn it, like fucking Samsung.
But then I got shadow banned because I posted something that was not supposed on the stories. But then I got blamed for it. I'm like, okay. So I stopped it for a while, but then in September I started again, and then it just blew up.
Did you have a controversy? How did you say it? Controversy?
Controversy?
I don't know. How
So
did
what
you
happened?
say it?
So what did you post?
I
Or
mean,
someone
I got
posted?
a DM like of a old man asking if I wanted to be his sugar baby, And I took a screenshot of it and I posted my best friend. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? And then Instagram like, no, that's adult content. We don't post this here. And then I got shut down.
Wow.
Oh.
But like I was in my best friends and I was not trying to.
How does that get shut down and all the other content I see on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what kind of content are you seeing on your Instagram?
So,
Just
but,
something Brian sends me.
hey, wait a minute.
That's crazy because I think he sent those to me too.
No, but following up on I was asking like how long you've been a content creator, because is there anything that you've learned that you think maybe you could like give as a tip to people who wanted to start creating content, specifically in Korea?
Specifically in Korea, try to differentiate you because nowadays we have lots of content creators talking about Korea, and actually it's always the same thing if you think about that.
The
so
ice
just
cups in the convenience store?
I do that too. But yeah, just like it's always the same thing. So just try to bring something new. And for content creating in general, just study the platform you want to enter in. Like study how is the rules of Instagram, how you can get like followers, what is the hashtags you have to use and stuff like this.
Hunter, write this down.
Taking notes.
And for TikTok as well, like even YouTube, like every platform has a different kind of algorithm. So you have to study that if you want to succeed.
I feel like, talking about TikTok, I feel like every person's goal when they post on TikTok is getting people to their other platforms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because TikTok is not a place for you to build a reputation or anything. It's just for you to attract people.
So actually, I have a question here from our good friend Brandon, who couldn't make it here today. He's living it up in Busan,
Nice.
I believe. Why is he there? Actually, is it a business trip?
No, just for fun.
So he does.
His question was, do you think anyone can become an influencer? Or do you think it takes a certain type of person to become an influencer?
Now,
Because I think that's the thing is everyone says like, oh, anyone can do it now. All you need is a phone. Like anyone can be this, anyone can do that. Do you think that's
definitely
true?
hearing about what she's saying is like, you have to post every day. You have to like make the content fresh. It can't always be the same stuff.
Unfortunately, yes, everybody can be a content creator, but that doesn't mean you're going to be a good one. That just means you're trying to do something. Because, the part of being content creator is not just creating content. You have to make people like you and get interested about what you're talking about. So you have to make something that is going to bring value to the person. So I have some friends that they started being a content creator this year, and I know their type of content has been here for a while and just like,
It's not working out.
it's not a good content, but attracts people anyway. Just like me and my Korean boyfriend, I'm like, we're tired of this shit, but people will watch it anyway.
Yeah.
So does that mean she's a good content creator? People will make like collabs with her? That doesn't exactly mean like that.
Gotcha.
She's just growing her community.
So we name dropping or maybe when the cameras are up.
On that note, though, like the experience that you've gained from doing your own like TikTok stuff and stuff like that, do you think that is something that you've learned through our school stuff?
Never.
I mean, you haven't learned shit, so
Yeah, I haven't even learned how to press the record button yet. Do you think, I guess the way I want to ask it is like, do you think that the skills you've gotten are something that you learned naturally, or was it stuff that you learned through other ways? Like you said you like studying things like that. Do you think that's the main way of learning, or has it been more of a like trial and error, like figuring out what works, figuring out what doesn't work?
It is both actually, because you have to study. If you really want to succeed, you have to study. However, maybe you're just lucky. Someday you're just gonna pop up. So you can by just trying, like, as I know, like, as a content creator, I know that my followers doesn't like K-pop. They like K-drama. So I tried K-pop, didn't work out. So I'm trying K-drama because that's what I really like. So if people can see they are genuine and they really like it, so yeah, they're going to follow you. It's just like error and trying. And you got to see, like, other creators as well. You see, like, their hashtags, see how they write. And it's like, it's working out for them, so I can try as well. I mean, nothing is original anymore. You just copy and make your own way. Put your
making a
sauce.
podcast is totally a new thing, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's done that before.
Just put your sauce, and people will like it or not. So just try it.
You're telling me that there's other people out there, 4 straight male friends who decided we should make a podcast? We're not the first ones to do that? Crazy.
But I'm very curious about the like monetary value of being an influencer in Korea.
You don't have to give specifics, but
No, but like, is it like sustainable? Like, is it?
Actually, depends. Because like since if I made my content on English, it would be so much easier for me to get money from that. Because you can range a broader audience and people all over the world that speaks English, they could like consume your content actually. But since 90% of my people are from Brazil, I gotta speak in Portuguese and gotta make content for Brazil. So the only way for Korean brands to get interested in me would be like if they want to expand their content or like their brand or anything they have for Brazil.
To be fair, it's a huge market, but
Yes, it is, but most of the time, like Korean brands are interested in America, and I'm not American.
yeah.
I'm South American.
Have you ever considered like maybe starting another channel or something in English?
I'm planned to actually
Yeah.
for TikTok, because TikTok is like a place where you can do whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just more free, so I can start there.
All of your stuff is short form content. Have you ever considered doing long form content?
YouTube,
Yeah.
I have.
Do you?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know that.
do your research.
Yeah, I should have. I never see it on your stuff.
I mean,
Probably because it's muted, but
I post my stories. Guys, there's a new YouTube video. Let's go check it out.
well, shit. I have to go check those out.
It's Andy's Manual. That's a different name. That's why.
What is it?
Andy's Manual.
Okay, we'll have all of her links in the description as well.
I mean,
so
it's
you
a
can check them
manual
out.
because that's when I started. When I came to Korea, I passed through hardships. So Andy's Manual like was born because of that. Because
Gotcha.
I passed something bad. So if you passed from that too, I will teach you how to solve the problem.
Gotcha. I think we can move away from the content a little bit and let's get to know the real Andy.
Shouldn't they?
So just your life so far in Korea so far, how has it been different than Brazil? Good or bad?
Well, it's a broad question.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I really love my country. I love my people. I sometimes miss like the warmth of like what is to be Brazilian, what is to be part of a community. Because here everybody's so individual. Like everybody's taking care of their own nose, and they don't really care about you. But that's sometimes nice, sometimes it's bad at the same time. I feel like every year I have been here like 2 years and a half actually. So every year was totally different from each other. I feel like here I can experience more because we are in Seoul, so every day is different. We can experience it. It's a city that never stops. So like my first year, I passed through a lot, but I learned a lot at the same time. I lost some friends. I got new friends. But then my second year, why did I do my second year? Oh, that's when I got my first job. So like I learned more Korean because I got my job. And nowadays I'm like, everything is changing again. I'm going abroad again. So
Yeah. Do you think is Korea something like you can see yourself living here long term, like in the future?
it's not
Dogger
about
really
me.
doesn't like her mic. He is not happy with it today.
Maybe for the next 10 years, I think it's fine.
10 years?
Yeah, but when you get like around your 35 as a girl here, it's kind of hard for you if you don't have like a husband.
Speaking of that,
Ew, no.
what's dating like in Korea? Because I think we've talked a lot about dating from our points of view.
We've never
but-
mentioned it.
Yeah, never once. But it's always from kind of the male's point of view. So tell us a little bit about
The
what it's
straight
like.
male's point of
Yeah,
view.
the straight male's point of view. Tell us a little bit about being a girl and dating in Korea. Assuming straight girl.
I don't do dates,
You don't do dates.
especially in Korea, because I mean, since you're a foreigner, they don't see you as a person, to be honest.
What do they see you as?
As something casual that is gonna going away. That's why, because like I have some friends that they even got a boyfriend here, but then later on I discovered that it was, she was kind of a mistress because some of them were married, some of them like had a girlfriend, but at the same time they were dating my friend, just because she was exchange student here, so she was going away. So yeah, let's have a try. So if even like I'm here a long term, so if they don't know you on a long term, they will try to play you because you're going away anyway, so let's have some fun. But that's can be like really harsh for some people. So you gotta take care of who you meet, because cheating in Korea it's something that happens more often than I wish it would be.
I've heard.
You have heard? Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think, like, that aspect, like, has applied to me in like very, very few cases, but not often. It's usually the other way.
I think it happens to girls way more
Yeah.
than guys.
For sure.
I think it's like the other way around is like when they know a guy's going away, they're like, I'm not gonna talk to you.
Right.
I guess it's the same kind of situation, just reversed.
Yeah.
It's like because I'm gonna be here long term, they don't want anything to do with me. They're like, well, I'm really not interested in something the short term. So yeah. But what about like?
I mean, yeah.
Have you? You say you don't date, but have you met any? Like, have you just like even met someone that you are even a little bit interested in?
I mean, it happens 3 times actually.
Okay.
In 3 years, 3 times. Well, I don't really do that. In my first year, I was really interested in this guy, but then it didn't work out because he didn't speak English. He didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Korean by then. So it was really hard to communicate. And then actually lots of culture difference because they're like, oh, what you're doing today? Ah, 오늘 쉬는 날이에요. Like, oh, it's my relax day. Me as a Brazilian, I think, oh, it's his relax time. So he's tired. He wants to be home. So I was like, what you're doing today? Ah, 쉬는 날. Ah, okay. So he wants to 쉬는 날 alone. So I'm like, okay, have a nice 쉬는 날. Have a nice relax day. But actually, I learned it maybe 5 months later that it was kind of like open for you to invite him to do something.
It's like, it's my day off.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. But I didn't know. I was like, okay, have a nice relaxing day at home. See you another time.
That's funny because for me too, if I heard, I would have that same reaction.
Yeah, me
as
too.
you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh,
Okay.
you want to rest? Okay, fine. I'll just go do something
Yeah,
else.
exactly. But then we are supposed to invite them to do something. Like, 그랬구나. Didn't work out. I'm still his friend though. Like, nothing happened. The second one was last year. Was with a Korean British guy. He was like doing university in London, and he was just here like for his summer thing. So I was just like, oh, I really like this. But he was younger than me, and I don't think that's a problem, to be honest. But then like, okay, I really like this guy. He's cute, and literally the first thing we talked about was just I was doing paragliding. So I invited him, do you want to do paragliding with me? And he accepted that. Because I know Koreans are really scared of like heights or like even all her stuff.
Everything.
Everything, literally.
It's not only Koreans.
Yeah,
Fucking
fuck
hell,
heights.
I'm not doing that shit.
Let's
Oh,
go
really?
paragliding.
I like my life.
Like,
would
feet
do
on the
it.
ground.
I love thrills. I love anything that'll make me feel
Exactly,
excited.
I love this kind of stuff. So I
Yeah.
was really happy that he accepted to do paragliding with me. But then I started going out with him, and then you know what they say? Because when you open the Instagram of someone and you put like in the search thing, you can see what that person likes or stuff. So you can see their personality. And I asked like, can I see your For You page? And then it was like lots of bikini girls, and I'm like, yeah.
Isn't that what Instagram is for?
Let me see your For You page.
Yeah, dogger.
Show
Let's
us.
see your For You page.
Nothing there.
Yeah,
Why you getting red?
I don't think my account has that actually. I think it's deleted somehow.
Instagram, is it called Threads now?
Yeah.
No,
So
that's
you can see
funny.
by their
No,
personality.
it's funny because like I was totally aware of that, so I purposefully started making sure that I liked everything else, so that it will not show up. And so now, if you look at mine, it's just tattoos. It's all tattoos and like
That's
and
a green
Avatar:
flag.
The Last Airbender stuff, Lord of the Rings.
I did
That's
that
it.
too. I went with travel photos. I just typed in #travel and started liking every post. to
No, I
make mine
didn't even.
change.
It's just I actually was looking for a tattoo because I mean, for the longest time I've been wanting to get another one, and yeah, every time like there's something in Korea, I just follow them, start liking their stuff, and then just that.
Yeah.
So now it's all
Making
full
it
of
clean.
tattoos. Yeah,
Good,
cleaning it up.
good work.
Good work.
But wait, that was the first red flag. And then later he started sending me stuff like dating stuff. Like, I mean, it's been only 1 week we are talking. Why are you sending me dating stuff? And then we kind of talked for 1 month. But then I was like, there's something weird about this guy. And I didn't know what was weird. But then I kind of distanced myself from him. And then 1 week later, he just showed up with a blonde girl.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, 그래.
Dating stuff. What do you mean by dating stuff?
What kind of dating stuff was he sending you?
Yeah.
Just like things to do for a girlfriend, question and answer for couples. It's
Like
just
they're like reels, like Instagram reels
Yeah.
and stuff
After
like
1
that.
week?
yeah. I'm
Wow,
just like,
that's
Bold.
fast.
Yeah.
that's fast. That's
So-
weird.
So other than like specifics with the guys, just like Korean guys in general, because I think some viewers will want to know, like, specifically for Korea, like, what do you think has been like the big thing about like meeting Korean guys versus meeting Brazilian guys?
I feel the ghosting here happens way more often than in Brazil.
Yeah.
Hunter has some experience.
We used to have a segment on the show called Ghost of the Week, where I would share who I got ghosted by that week.
Do you have one this week?
Nope, I don't have this one this week.
It happened to me last week.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so our Ghost of the Week,
Music.
music.
Nice music.
So Andy, you got ghosted this week
Last week.
or last week?
I mean, I have been talking to him, but the problem is we are from the same group of friends. So I was talking to him like a lot actually, but then out of nowhere, it disappeared from the map, and I start sending stuff like to see what happened, and then nothing happened. I was like, bro, we are friends. What you're doing? And then maybe it was Monday that I just asked. Out of nowhere he played my story, and I was like, oh, now you're talking to me. Why did you ghost me last week? There's like, oh, I'm trying to be away from the phone. Ah, come on.
Hey,
I'm
you're
trying to be
Korean? They don't put down their phone.
They don't put their phone out. I could see like, okay then. But like, then he asked me if I was mad. I'm like, bro, I'm not mad. I'm sad.
I like that line. I'm not mad. I'm sad.
I mean, I
But
feel like, yeah.
But that's actually a difference. Like I said it before, but a girl can text a guy, "Why are you ghosting me?"
Yeah.
But a guy texts a girl, he's just pathetic.
Yeah. If I ever type that message, please break my phone for me.
Then she's just move on, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel Koreans doesn't really have like the emotional responsibility. They just disappear, and that's on you. You take care of it. Brazilians are, even if we ghost, we try to give a reason. We just say, like, oh, I'm not interested anymore.
It's not
or
working
something
out.
like, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't even. That's not ghosting though. I think
Yeah,
No,
just like
yeah. That's
just-
explaining.
telling someone you're not interested anymore. Yeah.
I also feel like I also find it very weird that there's so much ghosting here because it's so easy to just be like, yeah, sorry, I'm not feeling
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Done. So weird.
I agree.
I guess they don't want the responsibility of doing that.
Yeah.
They prefer to just disappear.
Have you had experience with like dating apps or anything like that, or do you stay pretty much like natural meeting?
When I arrived in Korea 2021, yes, I downloaded Tinder. I was bored in the quarantine.
And how was Korean Tinder?
It's lots of one-night stand, friends with benefits, one-night stand, friends with benefits, and that's it. But sometimes they're gonna appear like normal people, so you can try to talk to them, but in the end, it's always the same thing. So let's go for a dinner, and then we can stay in a hotel to relax a little bit. Oh yeah, sure.
Have you heard that line before? The like you're at a bar or something, and the guy's just like, "You want to go take a rest? Like,
I'll take a rest,
Yeah, you want to
yeah.
go take a rest? Just means you want to go to the motel."
That's what I got actually, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, no. So we're not meeting anymore.
Oh, he asked you on the app?
Yeah.
Rookie mistake.
Is that a rookie mistake?
Rookie mistake.
That's why you get ghosted a lot.
No, I would never do like that. But what about like because I think we mentioned like you go to rodeo, right?
John Rodeo.
Was that in the part we didn't record? I'm trying to remember if we talked about that or not. We mentioned that you like partying in like the Apgujeong area, rodeo area. When you go out those kind of places, like what's your experience with like guys and stuff like that?
Oh, it's way better than all the parts of Seoul that I try experience.
Really?
Yeah.
For sure.
At least over there, they have money.
That's true as well.
She's like, if they're gonna be creepy, they at least buy me a bottle first.
Yeah.
No, they are not creepy at all. That's the point.
Oh.
Like when you go to Honda, it's only like young people with like always the same thing. They're just living there in their bubble, and that's what their life is. If you go to Gangnam, they're just trying to show off. I'm gonna like they just pick you like your hand and just like come with me to my table. They don't ask you, they just pick you up and go.
Oh.
And they are kind of like rude there, so they're just trying to show off, and that's it. But in rodeo, they really talk to you. They like, you wanna come to my table? Like, what's your name? Like, and they all of them like since they are older, they experience more. Like it's 28 more.
Sorry, just listen to this.
Yeah,
like,
when you
these-
say older, what
No,
ages
no,
are
no.
you
I'm
talking about?
22. Come on.
I'm not referring to that. I'm saying the standards are low.
Standards are low.
Not just
Oh.
like, they're like the.
He talked and asked
He
your
talked?
name? Wow.
Wow. I mean,
2023 is not looking good. That's the bare minimum.
they really talk, and most of them can speak English. I mean, they they have like doing exchange abroad, so they are more culture. They talk about stuff. They ask you stuff like. They really talk like, oh, yes, I went there. How is it? Like, oh, tell me about your country and stuff like this. And you just talk most of the time. And you just talk and you can just go, yeah, nice to meet you. Oh, you have Instagram? Oh, sure. And you just go away. You don't need to do anything. They literally just speak to you.
Are you more of a bar person or a club person?
I'm a bar person, but that's on clubs.
Oh, that's in clubs?
Yeah. They literally just invite you to their table like, oh, yeah. And they speak to you. Meanwhile, in the other places, just like, oh, just come with me. And they just give you a drink and just like, dance.
So I've always heard Rodeo is a pretty expensive place. On a night out with you and the girls, how much do you usually spend?
0.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
I mean, if you're going to a pocha only with the girls, I mean, maybe we are going to spend like 24,000 won.
That's
like,
not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. But if a guy approach our table, they sometimes buy for us.
Yeah. Yeah, us too. We got
That one time.
Yeah, that one time.
That ended in disaster for all of us almost.
Yep. Sure did.
But if you go to club, we don't spend money.
Gotcha.
So what about your experience in Itaewon? Have you been there?
Oh yeah, actually, I went there a lot this time. These days, I don't know.
So
My friends like
compared to the other areas?
I normally go to Fountain.
Oh.
Hey, we went there last week.
Fountain.
Oh, yeah?
Fountain? Yeah.
He doesn't even know.
Well, we were there.
You were
what do you
there.
mean? Last week.
Fountain.
Look at his face.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Okay, nice. The night was great.
So you like it there?
I feel it's much. I mean, depends actually. I don't really go clubbing there. I go normally to drink because I have a friend who works in a bar there, so I just go there and stay with my friends. But I used to go to Fountain, and then it's chill, but at the same time not. It's like in between Gangnam and Hongdae. It's like a mix, but it's with foreigners.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of stages.
Yeah.
Hongdae is like this young
Vibe.
vibe. Then you go to Itaewon, it's like kind of between. It's a little bit more expensive, and then you go Gangnam, expensive, and then Apgujeong.
Yeah.
I guess it's the best according to.
I was really confused when we went to the Fountain place too, because it had like, it was a club vibe. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it was a club, but it was so bright.
Yeah, because it's at the same time it's a bar.
Yeah. So that kind of threw me off because I was like, I feel like I like want to dance and stuff, but like I don't like people looking at me when I dance. So I felt so awkward.
People don't like looking at you when you dance.
I've heard.
I was too mean.
Nice, yeah. All right. So before we wrap it up, do you guys have any more questions?
No, I think we covered.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your favorite place to go tonight out?
Oh, well, we've talked about this one. Mine is Dokkaebi
In Hongdae.
in
You mean
Hongdae.
areas or
Area.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, still gonna be Hongdae.
Hongdae?
But it's mostly just because like I know a lot of people there, and a lot of the times it's just nice to see a friendly face, show up, and then have a drink with them. I really
Hongdae
like
boy.
Hey, are you a Hongdae boy?
I'm gonna
I
say.
mean, yeah,
I'm gonna say
yes,
my favorite
right.
area is probably like these days. As I'm calming it down a little bit, it's like Jongno.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Just sitting and drink.
it's more just sitting and drinking.
Yeah.
It's not like partying.
Our time's up. She walks out. She's just like, that's all you paid me for. Gotta go.
Bye.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
We should actually go sometime there.
Yeah, I'm
just the podcast boys and Andy.
I'm going there tonight.
Oh.
Tomorrow.
For me, it's definitely Hongdae now, just because it's close to my house, and
I like Hongdae too.
I like it. It's just
I
fun.
do not like Hongdae.
Why?
Oh, you do.
Because I'm so old for it. Everyone is fucking your age. And it's just, for me, I'm just looking at kids and I'm like, I don't belong here. It makes me feel super awkward.
Makes sense.
I do think Hongdae is like kind of the old Hongdae.
Actually, it's the new Hongdae.
New
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
like, but because Hongdae didn't used to be this popular like 5 years ago. So yeah, I think Hongdae is kind of popping.
Yeah, all the Koreans moved from Hongdae to Hongdae.
It's so far away from my house.
I love it. It's so
Dude,
close to my
Hongdae is
house.
so far away from my house too.
That's my problem with Hongdae.
You live
That's
in
why I don't
fucking
like it.
Busan or somewhere.
Yeah, true.
What?
You live in Busan.
No, you said it's your problem. What is your problem?
Oh, it's just so far. Like,
Yeah.
I like going Hongdae. I if I had the choice, I would probably actually like Hongdae more. But because it's so much closer to my house and I don't have to worry about taking a taxi, I love
Yeah,
Hongdae. Just for that reason. That's the only reason. Because I
wish
can
people
stay
would
out
come.
and I can go out at 3 a.m. and go home. And
if
like,
I
it's
were
fine.
10 years younger, I'd be there.
Okay.
Go to rodeo. People
Okay,
are
old
your
man,
age there.
time for you to sleep.
Yeah, actually.
All right, well, before we go, make sure, say one more time your social media stuff and where people can find you.
For YouTube and Smeno for Instagram and TikTok and _ pelo mundo.
Yeah. And we'll put all that in the description down below and tag you and all that stuff.
And also give a shout out to your people in Portuguese.
Yeah, so we can like put a tag it and like get more views.
Gente, estão me usando aqui pra ganhar views, mas tudo bem, são meus amigos, então se vocês quiserem saber um pouco mais sobre a vida de influencer, sobre como... Eu falei um pouco também de como é namorar aqui, ou como é, tipo, ir pra balada por aqui. Então, se vocês quiserem dar uma olhadinha e falar em inglês, então seria ótimo. Muito beijo pros meus exploradores bonitos, amo vocês.
How do you say goodbye in Portuguese?
Tchau.
Ciao. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching the podcast. Thank you for liking it. And thank you, Andy, for coming on. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Ciao.